Hello everybody and welcome to Tell Me About Gaming. Sit back, relax, and open up your ears because today I'm bringing you guys my first episode in my new Top 10 series where I'm basically just going to be doing Top 10 anything, so Top 10 games, Top 10 reasons why you should play games, all that type of stuff. And in today's episode, the very first episode, I'm going to be telling you guys my list for the Top 10 indie games that were released in 2016. Now before we get started, there is just a few things I need to mention. First of all, this list is completely personal opinion, meaning you may disagree with my choices, and that's completely fine. Secondly, some of the games on this list may have been in early access before 2016, but were not fully released until this year. And finally, I have not played every game on this list. Some of them are simply here because of the great things I hear about them and the great reviews, and how much people love them. Now with all that stuff out of the way, let's get into the video. So at the number 10 spot we have STARBOUND. You fled your home only to find yourself lost in space with a damaged ship. Your only option is to beam down to the planet below and gather the resources you need to repair your ship and set off to explore the vast, infinite universe. In STARBOUND, you create your own story. There's no wrong way to play. You may choose to save the universe from the forces that destroyed your home, uncovering greater galactic mysteries in the process, or you may wish to forego a heroic journey entirely in favor of colonizing uncharted planets. STARBOUND's a really cool looking game. If you've played games like Minecraft or Terraria, it's going to be right down your alley. Really awesome, really fun, and I really recommend you guys check it out, and that's why it's at the number 10 spot on this list. At number 9 we have The Witness. You wake up alone on a strange island full of puzzles that will challenge and surprise you. You don't remember who you are and you don't remember how you got here, but there's one thing you can do. Explore the island in hope of discovering clues, regaining your memory, and somehow finding your way home. The Witness is a single-player game in an open world with dozens of locations to explore and over 500 puzzles. This game respects you as an intelligent player, and it treats your time as precious. There's no filler, each of those puzzles brings its own new idea into the mix, so this is a game full of ideas. Now, The Witness is actually created by the designer by the name of Jonathan Blow. He was the man behind the game titled Braid that came out in 2008. It was a huge hit, everyone loved it, came out on the Xbox Live Arcade, and he did an equally fantastic job with The Witness, so you guys should definitely check it out. At the number 8 spot on our list, we have a very unique and awesome game by the name of Abzu. Immerse yourself in a vibrant ocean world full of mystery and bursting with color and life. Perform fluid acrobatics as the diver using graceful swimming controls. Discover hundreds of unique species based on real creatures and form a powerful connection with the abundant sea life. Interact with schools of thousands of fish that procedurally respond to you, each other, and predators. Linger in epic seascapes and explore aquatic ecosystems modeled with unprecedented detail. Descend into the heart of the ocean where ancient secrets lie forgotten, but beware, dangers lurk in the depths. Abzu is from the oldest mythologies, Ab meaning water, and Zu meaning to know. Abzu is the ocean of wisdom. Now this game is created with the same art director that was behind the two games Flower and Journey. I absolutely love both of those games. They're really awesome, really emotional games, and Abzu falls under that same area. So I really recommend you guys take a look at Abzu. For number 7, we have Ori and the Blind Forest. Now this game might be argued whether or not it is an indie game, as it is published by Microsoft Studios. But the development team behind it is a very small team. It falls in line with what indie studios usually are, and there's a lot of arguments about whether or not this game is actually indie. So I'm going to go ahead and in this video just give it an exception, say it is, and we're going to put it at the number 7 spot because it deserves it. The Forest of Nibel is dying. After a powerful storm sets a series of devastating events in motion, an unlikely hero must journey to find his courage and confront a dark nemesis to save his home. Ori and the Blind Forest tells the tale of a young orphan destined for heroics through a visually stunning action platformer crafted by Moon Studios for PC. Featuring hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performance, and a fully orchestrated score, Ori and the Blind Forest explores a deeply emotional story about love and sacrifice, and the hope that exists in all of us. And something else that I want to mention about this game it is extremely difficult. So if you're someone who likes very challenging games, very hard platformers, Ori and the Blind Forest will probably be right down your alley, and this game is also beautiful in its art direction. If you're someone who really likes artsy type things, Ori and the Blind Forest is fantastic. At number 6, we have a game that honestly I didn't expect to put on this list, let alone in the number 6 spot, and that is Day of Infamy. Experience intense close quarters battles in iconic World War II settings. Defend the line, storm the beach, torch the enemy, or use a radio to call in fire support. Day of Infamy is a teamwork-oriented shooter that will keep you on your toes and coming back for more with its diverse game modes and authentic arsenal. Now, I know a lot of people probably won't agree with this being on the number 6 spot of an indie game list, but it is an indie game, and it is extremely fun. I honestly wouldn't have agreed with myself either if I hadn't played it, but this game is so much fun, it is so addicting, and if you're a fan of the FPS genre, and especially World War II shooters, Day of Infamy is really awesome, and you guys should check it out. It's definitely worth taking a look. At the number 5 spot on our list, we have Firewatch. The year is 1989. You are a man named Henry who has retreated from his messy life to work as a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness. Perched high atop a mountain, it's your job to look for smoke and keep the wilderness safe. An especially hot, dry summer has everyone on edge. Your supervisor, Delilah, is available to you at all times over a small handheld radio, your only contact with the world you've left behind. But when something strange draws you out of your lookout tower and into the forest, you'll explore a wild and unknown environment, facing questions and making choices that can build or destroy the only meaningful relationship you have. This game was absolutely fantastic. The story and the writing is amazing. Some of the best I've ever seen. Sadly, it's kind of crapped on a little bit for a pretty bad ending, but it's still definitely worth the try. It's still worth the experience, and it's definitely still worth being at the number 5 spot on this list. At number 4, we have Enter the Gungeon. Enter the Gungeon is a bullet-hell dungeon crawler following a band of misfits seeking to shoot, loot, dodge roll, and table flip their way to personal absolution by reaching the legendary Gungeon's ultimate treasure, the gun that can kill the past. Select a hero or team up in co-op and battle your way to the bottom of the Gungeon by surviving a challenging and evolving series of floors filled with the dangerously adorable Gundead and fearsome Gungeon bosses armed to the teeth. Gather precious loot, discover hidden secrets, and chat with opportunistic merchants and shopkeepers to purchase powerful items to gain an edge. This game is absolutely crazy and nutty. If you're someone who's a fan of very fast-paced, challenging games that are just over the top, very, very unique, Enter the Gungeon would probably be right down your alley, and you guys should check it out. On the number 3 spot on our list, we have Hyper Light Drifter. Echoes of a dark and violent past resonate throughout a savage land, steeped in treasure and blood. Hyper Light Drifter is an action-adventure RPG in the vein of the best 16-bit classics, with modernized mechanics and design on a much grander scale. Drifters of this world are the collectors of forgotten knowledge, lost technologies, and broken histories. Our drifter is haunted by an illness, traveling farther into the lands of buried time, trying to discover a way to quiet the vicious disease. Hyper Light Drifter I often see compared as a 16-bit Legend of Zelda. A lot of people love this game, and it's well deserved. The pixel art is absolutely amazing. It's a challenging game, it doesn't hold your hand, and it's very, very well done. That's why it's on the number 3 spot on our list. At number 2, we have a game that was very, very recently released, and people are going nuts over it. Now, this game is called Owlboy. Owlboy is a high-bit adventure game where you can fly and explore a brand new world in the clouds. Pick up your friends and bring them with you as you explore the open skies. Overcome obstacles and greater enemies in one of the most detailed adventures of this era. Being a mute, Otis struggles living up to the expectations of owlhood. Things spiral from bad to worse with the sudden appearance of sky pirates. What follows is a journey through monster-infested ruins, with unexpected encounters, well-kept secrets, and burdens no one should have to bear. This game has a really awesome looking art style. It's very unique looking, and it's playing out very, very different from the rest of the games on this list. People are in love with this game. It is getting amazing reviews, and I think it definitely is going to be one of the top indie games of this year, and that is why it's on the number 2 spot for our list. At number 1, we have Stardew Valley. You've inherited your grandfather's old farm plot in Stardew Valley. Armed with hand-me-down tools and a few coins, you set out to begin your new life. Can you learn to live off the land and turn these overgrown fields into a thriving home? It won't be easy. Ever since Joja Corporation came to town, the old ways of life have all but disappeared. The community center, once the town's most vibrant hub of activity, now lies in shambles. But the valley seems full of opportunity. With a little dedication, you might just be the one to restore Stardew Valley to greatness. People freaked out when this game came out, and with good reason. It is so addicting. I got so addicted to this game. It's basically very, very similar to the Harvest Moon games, if you guys ever played those. It's a farming game, but it's also like an adventure game, and it has a bunch of surprises to it. It's really great, really addicting, and it is just so much fun. And it was by far one of the most popular indie games this year, if not the most popular. People were freaking out about it. I'm sure most of you have already heard about it and have already seen it, and most likely have already played it, and that is why it's on the #1 spot on our list. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching this far in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this format. I tried my best to kind of give descriptions of each game, as well as my own personal opinion on them and my own personal experiences, so you guys can really get a feel for what the game's about and what it's like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this format. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. Also, if there's any games that I left out that you think should have been on the list, make sure to let me know that as well in the comments below. I would love to hear them, and who knows, maybe I'll make a part 2 of this. So again guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see your beautiful minds in the next video, and make sure to stick around for next Wednesday with the new edition of the Top 10 series. See you guys later.